Hello, everyone. My name is Josh Stewart. I am a news writer with Only Single Player. This is a new feature we're going to be doing probably, once or twice a week. I'm actually joined by owner of Only Single Player, Nick Calandra. How's it going, Nick?
It's going pretty good. Got my monotone voice with me ready to go.
All right, awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be discussing for our yet unnamed show, or our unnamed show, rather?
Yeah, well, if you guys have any suggestions for a name for our show, be sure to leave them in the comments, because naming is our strong suit, obviously. Only single player. But basically, this show is just going to go over a multitude of topics on a weekly basis. We'll be talking about anything gaming related or just other separate topics. Trying to get you guys involved, get you guys discussing things. And some of the topics will be pretty hot topics. Like today, pretty much going to talk about how the video game consoles are about to change forever. And Microsoft has all those rumors going on about the Scorpio, PS4's got Neo. So basically, shit's about to go down.
Yeah, pretty much.
So let's start off with the most recent rumor then, the Microsoft Scorpio. I guess that's what we're going to call it for right now. Xbox 1.5, Xbox 2, Xbox One 2 is what they're calling it. Apparently the code name. So what are your thoughts on the consoles upgrading and all this other crazy stuff that's going on, Josh?
Well, it's pretty interesting because I think we saw the sort of inklings of this trend coming out with like the PS3 and even the Xbox 360, because we saw slimmer, slightly stronger versions of those ones come out just kind of mid-cycle, but it's becoming a little bit more, I don't know, in my eyes it's scary because yes, we are getting stronger, better running systems, but they're coming out at a quicker pace. And by the sounds of things, the prices aren't going to drop. They're going to be, still, up there, $500-$600 or, whatever the case may be. But, it's terrifying.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as a college student, I can't even afford to upgrade my PC. And now it's like, oh, well, now I have an Xbox One. I've had it for 3 years. And now there's Scorpio coming out that's apparently only 4 times stronger than the Xbox. Obviously, yeah. I want it. But I want a stronger PC too, but I'm like, this is what I liked about consoles was like, it's simple.
You just buy a game and it can play it. You don't have to worry about, do I have the specs for it?
Right. And one of the main things that I'm worried about with this is just consoles becoming confusing for consumers. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're smart enough to know, like, hey, we have to make this clear as day. That's why the consoles sell so much, even though PC gaming is exploding right now. But, I like having a console for 7 or 8 years, and games keep getting better over and over time. Well, tongue twister there. But now, if they're upgrading consoles every few years, now I'm like, well shit. Now I want to play. This game looks so much better on that console than it does on mine, so now I have to upgrade again.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest fears is that we're going to see the same console being upgraded sort of continuously instead of getting a new console. So I'm afraid that I'm going to have a PS4, but my PS4 isn't going to be strong enough to play the most recent PS4 game.
Well, according to the rumors, they have to develop for both things, which I've already heard that developers don't want to do that. They don't like that.
Yeah, because that's gonna create situations where we're going to get games that are almost developed by different teams. So, like we've seen this with the Wii and the Wii U, where we're getting a big AAA title or whatever the case may be come out for the PS4 and the Xbox One or the previous generation. And they're the proper games, and then a different team makes the Wii version and it's, or the Wii U version and it's horrible, so that's another fear that could very well be possible, getting subpar games for, a system that you still purchased, and paid a lot of money for.
Right. Well, I'm just curious what Microsoft's doing because, with a lot of their exclusives, it's not a bad thing. I don't really care if a game is on the Xbox or it's on the PC or the PS4, whatever. People can fight about that all they want, but I'm just interested to see what Microsoft does with the Xbox, because Gears of War 4 is apparently coming to PC. The next Halo is coming to PC. Forza is already there, sort of, the Apex version. Halo Wars 2 is being developed for PC and Xbox, and ReCore is already announced for PC as well. So
yeah, so that's another interesting thing is this trend of new generations coming out faster. Is that going to affect the what's the word I'm looking for? Exclusive titles, like things are coming to PC now because of the popularity.
Well, more so what I meant was like, is the Xbox going to be a thing in 2 or 3 years anymore?
Do you think Microsoft's going to slowly transition just back to PC?
No, I don't think it's going to transition back to PC. I just think Windows is going to be, they're going to do something with Xbox that's basically the Windows gaming platform or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, there's crossplay now between Rocket League and on the Xbox and PC. Right. I mean, I'm sure they're working on stuff like that for Gears of War. I'm sure something like that's going to be with Halo.
Mm-hmm. Sort of like an all-inclusive system.
The one.
Or that. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
right. You have to wonder if that's been their plan all along. With the one is to make it. I mean, that's pretty much what they've said. They want everything all in one place. So how soon is it with the new console generation, whatever you want to call it now, upgrades?
It's hard not to call it a generation anymore, because it's really not a generation. Right. Generation is 7, 8, how many years, whereas the trend that we're seeing is that something new is coming out every 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm. And the console industry is about to turn into the phone industry or the computer industry, is how I see it.
Yeah, and that's a pretty accurate comparison, I think.
Mm-hmm. Which also means that we're going to get oversaturated with tech, unless they do it smartly and just release things. Maybe we get these super powerful consoles now. You have to pay a lot to get into them. And then maybe 4 or 5 years down the road, we get another upgrade. Which, technically, I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with an upgradable system. My concern is when it's a standalone system that you have to buy.
Well, that's what I mean
to
by
get the upgrades.
That's what I mean by upgrade. Is like you buy a new console each time instead of just like having a case like a PC or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that would become a little bit too confusing for casual consumers, right?
Mm-hmm. Could be. I mean,
could be.
The other thing we have to look at is the trade incentives for these things. Or, I mean,
oh,
God. I'm gonna go to GameStop. They're gonna tell me my Xbox One is worth $100 now, and I have to pay $500 for the new Xbox 2. It's like, that's just...
Or the Xbox One 2,
yeah,
which is a term I've heard used before, and that's the one thing I love about it.
It's apparently one of the code names. But I like simplicity. I like the consoles because they're simple. I like that I don't have to worry about my games running on them. When I have games on my PC that are from 6-7 years ago, Warhammer 40K Space Marine, for example, my computer can run games that are way bigger than that, or way more technical than that, but it won't run on my PC. And that's a problem you don't find on consoles, which is like I enjoy that with the way. But now, with these upgraded consoles, the upgraded specs, I'm gonna go to a store. I guess I get sent review copies, but say I go to a store, and you go on the store shelf, and there's Gears of War 4 for Xbox One, and then there's Gears of War 4 for Xbox One 2, or Uncharted 4 for PS4, and Uncharted 4 for PS4 Neo. I'm like, what the shit? That's not what I want to deal with.
It almost feels like it's becoming a crowded market, or I should say a more crowded market. I think it's probably already a crowded market, but it's going to become very confusing, I think, for people. All these different versions and of the same systems even. There was even confusion when the Wii added a U after its name. Right. And that was a different system. So,
well, I mean, all you have to go look is the iPhones, and you can't tell the difference. They're different size or whatever. There's different specs, but nobody really pays attention to those. The average consumer, I wouldn't think, would say, oh, I'm gonna go get the iPhone 4S, or what is it up to now, 6S? Yeah, 6S, so it's like, this has a, half a core faster processing speed on it.
and not to get off topic, but like there is a new iPhone coming out apparently. So it's to bring it back to the comparison to the phones. Yeah, they release ones that have slight differences and fancier features. I mean, this new one, according to rumors, they're making it like the case is going to be glass, like it's going to be clear. I don't know. It's the tech market is a strange and foreign place.
Right. Well, the one thing I am interested to see, and this is going to make the fanboys go crazy, but the rumor is that the Scorpio will be stronger than the Neo.
Yeah, so, like 4 times stronger.
No, not 4 times stronger. I think the PS4 or the PS4 Neo, I think it was like 2 times stronger than, or 2.5 times stronger than the PS4 right now. And then the Xbox One is 4 times stronger than or the Xbox One 2 is stronger than the Xbox One. I am getting so confused already.
Yeah, it's already beginning. So it's the Xbox One 2
or Scorpio
slash Scorpio.
And there's a Slim.
Yeah, and there's the Slim, which is
so why I don't understand Microsoft's thought process. If the Slim, I mean, this is all rumor. Like, don't take this, confirmation of anything. But for one, I don't understand why the hell if they announce a Slim at E3 this year, I'm gonna pull my hair out, because why the hell would you announce a Slim when you're announcing a console that's gonna be 4 times stronger than the one we currently have? And the Slim, maybe the Slim and the Scorpio are the same thing. Maybe they are. I just thought about that, but it's probably that would make sense to me if they're the same thing. That would be the smart move.
Yeah, I agree.
But if it's just a Slim and it's slightly stronger than the Xbox One,
see, I've heard some rumors about, like, they didn't necessarily they don't necessarily want to announce it. And again, this is all hearsay, but the fact that there's been, rumors about this new
the timetable
PlayStation coming out. Their timetable's been pushed by almost a year, from what I understand.
Right.
And when it comes to the Slim, the rumors that I've heard is that they're going to announce it and release this thing very quickly. That this Xbox One Slim, not to be confused with the One 2, is going to be coming out by like August or September or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I read that too. Yeah. If that happens, I'm just if we get this upgraded console next year and the Slim half a year before that, or whenever they release this other stuff, it's gonna be a PR nightmare.
Do you think that the sales of the rumored Slim version will be affected by the announcement of their, the Scorpio?
Well, see, what I'm thinking is with the Slim, basically the Xbox One we currently have is about to be obsolete. The Slim, I don't remember what the specs were, and I don't think I read up on them. But let's just say it's 2 times stronger than the Xbox One currently. Okay,
right.
So that one's going to be cheaper than what's rumored for the Scorpio. So that'll be basically the consumer model is this upgraded Slim, and then the Scorpio is for the high end customer that wants the best of ultra graphics junk.
Yeah.
So that's how I can see them making it working. Like, people be like, okay, I can get more power out of the Slim, so I'll pay out a little bit more. And it's probably mostly for the people that don't own Xbox Ones yet. I'm sure it can't be that big of a jump, unless they offer some crazy trade and incentive program to get all the parts back for their Xbox One and throw them into the new systems.
Yeah, you never know. It's interesting the way they're rumored to be going about this, because it's a different, they have to handle it much differently than all their previous generations, because they were, ordained like generations. Whereas now, we're seeing these like different tiers of the same console. Right. So they have to market it completely different, because as we've been talking about, people are going to get confused. They're not going to know which one that works best for them. Like, not everyone, writes and owns a video game website.
Yep. Well,
and even we're confused.
I'll be okay with these programs if I can turn in my Xbox One, and if I have to shell out maybe $150 for the new model, this new Slim model, or maybe $250 for the upgraded model, fine. But no way in hell am I throwing out another $500-600 for, another. At that point, I'm going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to PC.
Yeah, but in all likeliness, it's going to be the former. I mean, I hate to be pessimistic about it, but that's just what these people, that sounds horrible. That's what these companies, typically do, is they know that they're going to get,
well, that's
money.
That's the one thing with Microsoft, though, that's different from Sony regarding this stuff, is like, they can't take another PR blunder. I mean, okay, well, people will continue to fight that, PS4 is so much better than Xbox because it's selling so much more. Fine, whatever. They're both selling better than the previous generation, so I think they're both winning. If that's how we want to describe that as, but yeah, the PR game that Microsoft's riding high right now on PR, like just Phil Spencer's just done a wonderful fucking job of making sure that gamers are on board with that console. And he's very good. Sony's PR department's very good too. He's turned the face of Xbox around from where it was when this console was announced. Because even I was like, well, I don't really want I don't want always online system. Like even the other day trying to play, I didn't have internet in my apartment for a few days because Suddenlink was pissing me off, and trying to play the new Need for Speed. It's like, nope, you can't. You're offline. I'm like, well, shit. But that's a whole other subject. But
yeah.
Point being, Microsoft. That's
another.
I know Microsoft's going to play this smart. Like they can't not play it smart. Otherwise, they're just going to get hateful PR for the rest of time if they really fucking blunder this one up.
I mean, there's always going to be, negative comments coming their way. I mean, there is every time a console comes out. I mean, but it's all about the way they spin it, all the way they handle it, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I'll be sitting there watching them happen live, so.
Yeah, front row seat.
No, I'm gonna sit in the back so I don't get like tomatoes thrown on my head or anything. Something bad really happens. Get out of there real quick. Just be like, yeah, you guys do your thing. The shit goes down, I'm leaving. Doors are right behind me.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of consoles, like new consoles coming out, I mean, I'm very interested to see the next steps that Nintendo has to take.
I'm gonna wait. I'm not even gonna speculate on it. I'm just gonna wait till they announce it, and then. Yeah. I mean, the only thing they're bringing to E3 is Zelda, so, and it's gonna be on the Wii U, so can't even see it on the NX yet.
It's interesting to see to connect the Nintendo rumors with the Xbox and PS4 new versions. It's interesting to see how Nintendo handles their announcement and communications versus these other companies, because these other companies like Microsoft and Sony, their announcements and their communications, they are actively affected by the other companies' announcements and communications. As we said before, Microsoft's timeline is rumored to be pushed forward because of the imminent, announcement from Sony. Mm-hmm. Whereas Nintendo is like, nah.
Well,
we're just gonna.
Nintendo's market is also a little different, though, than
that's
Sony and
true.
Microsoft.
That's true.
I mean, they're gonna sell most of their consoles on, their side of the world, and I mean, America's buys tons of them too. The Wii was the top selling console for like ever. So I don't think they can dig their hole any deeper than they've done with the Wii U. So if they'd wait till announce their console, whatever. All the spotlight. If the thing is with them, if they announce it at E3 this year, well, what I'm thinking. I'm not, I don't know anything about the NX really, but I mean, if it ends up being lesser than these new advancements that Microsoft and Sony are going to announce, well, shit.
Yeah, because they've been consistently, almost consistently, a generation behind, as it seems. They may have interesting, peripherals and stuff like that, but graphically and CPU and all this stuff that goes into making a console, they seem to be behind in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
if Nintendo doesn't play their cards right this time, they're going to be out of it, I bet.
Well, it'll be interesting because from what I've been able to find, I've done a little bit of writing on the rumors of the NX, and there's another one apparently. I can't remember. It starts with like an H or something. But it sounds like they're going to be trying to upgrade the running speed and the power of this new one. But still, like from what I've read, it's only going to be on par with current systems. And if that's the case, then they're screwed. And I mean,
well, if it's on par with current systems and they have a strong first party lineup, they might be okay. Because people will literally buy that console for Smash Bros. And Mario and Zelda.
That's true.
That console will sell itself on its own with just its own first party stuff. If they can get third party, I don't think Nintendo will ever get the third party support that they're looking for. Just because it's not worth it. People play online on Xbox and PS4, and that's how it is now.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, they're even thinking about ditching discs. They want to go to cartridge.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Which makes it complicated for developers. So,
well, whatever Nintendo does.
Yep.
I haven't had a. Well, I guess I got my mom a Wii, but she never played it. I think she played it like 5 times and got bored with it. I think I played like that Wii U sports game or the Wii sports game where you can fight with swords, and then I played with Move, and I was like, okay, this is already obsolete.
Yeah. Well, I picked up a Wii U, probably 2 years ago, or something along that time, and I think I've used it 4 times, 5 times, something like that. Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, commenters or watchers or I guess listeners. That's right. Because there's just going to be a blank screen behind this video. Not really blank. It's going to have a title. It says name our video. You can probably see it right now. No, I know you can. But anyways, listeners then, feel free to comment below your own speculation for what the hell Microsoft and Sony are going to do at E3, because this is going to be one weird E3. And of course, I'm attending it for the first time, so I get to deal with all this weird console upgrade, iteration, generation stuff.
It's a good first time.
I guess so. I can go drink it off after I watch my console livelihood get destroyed, so. Alright guys, well, we'll be back, I don't know, next week, early, maybe, who knows. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll have a crazy topic to talk to you about next week.